Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I'm the Lone Ranger, 32 years, matter of fact, it'll be 33 years in the mortgage industry in March. So I guess that's 32 and a half years. I've had so much fun meeting so many of you over the years. I've been in the same location for over 20 years, right here on Fairbanks Avenue. And I tell you that because I am a local business operating as a local business person here to serve my community. Now, the great news about that is you get a local business person that cares about the people in his community. And a lot of my business is repeat customers just like you. But I'm also a national company, so it gives me a lot of buying strength. So I don't know, for those of you that are unaware of CrossCountry Mortgage, we're in all 50 states. Matter of fact, we are physically holding over $60 billion in mortgages right now. Now, when it comes to comparing me with a Wells Fargo or something, that doesn't match up. But right now, my company is winning awards across the country on service and production. And I think that stands a lot. So what you get is the buying power of a national company, and you get the business ethics of a local business person. That's who you call when you need a mortgage for refinancing your purchases. I'm at 407-706-3313. Save me in your cell phone. Stop the car, pull over, write my number down, because you may not need me today, but you're going to be needing me at some point. At least I pray that you will. At some point, you're going to go, who's that guy in the radio? What's his name again? Oh, I got him in my phone right here. It's the Lone Arranger. Not the Lone Ranger. It's the Lone Arranger, Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. I'm applying for the job to help you. There, I said it. WeBringYouHome.com, easy website to navigate. I had a client call me up the other day, Cleve, and he's like, I couldn't believe how easy it was to apply online for you. It just literally walked me through the process. I'm like, yes, fortunately, it was not me that designed that system. I'm still using a pencil and an eraser to write down notes over here. With me, I have my all-time favorite friend, dear friend of mine, business partner of mine, Cleve Loveland Properties. And Cleve, we talked a little bit about the market, how it's doing really well, but things have slowed slightly. But slowing slightly
is still way better than it's been in 10 years.
Well, yeah. That would be like saying you're flying at Mach speed and you just drop down slightly under Mach speed.
Yeah.
So we're doing amazing. Like, I know that since May, houses have increased by 18%. All we need is 3% per year to make millions in real estate, right? And you and I preach that on our wealth building class. Yep. You only need 3%. You don't need 27%.
No.
Every one of you that bought property are sitting on a gold mine right now. You did the right thing. Now let's convince our families to do the right thing, our friends to do the right thing, and then let's get them into a house as quickly as we possibly can. Speaking of homes, we talked about why some homes sell and why some homes don't sell. What are you looking at right now? Like, are you able to keep any listings at all?
Well,
right now?
I just usually on our show we do on Saturday, I'll advertise about 8 or 10 listings. I only have time for that, and that's about half. And I tell my sellers, hey, I'll get you on the radio every other weekend. Well, lately everything's under contract, so I might have 2 or 3. Like, I brought 6 with me today. 4 of them went under contract in the last 2 days since I printed this list. So I've got a great condo in Maitland for actually just adjusted the price, $412,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 condo right on the border of Maitland and Winter Park at the moorings. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,800 square footer, and it's a waterfront community, 1-car garage, beautiful little location.
When you say waterfront,
that's on the northernmost chain of lakes there for Winter Park. The
it's
community,
on Winter Park
this condo,
it's behind where the old ale house used to be.
Yep.
Isn't it?
There's across the street, down the street a little bit, but this community's waterfront, not this unit, but this unit is just gorgeous. Wood floors, move right in, great place. This customer I actually helped about 7 years ago. She downsized from a big home and living here. Now she's going to live with her family. $412,000 for that. They're selling right around there in this neighborhood. And then I've got one. This is out in the country, and we talk about this, Bruce. I remember when If you wanted 2, 4, 5 acres and just want to get out in the country and not have an HOA or somebody telling you what color to, pull the weeds in your yard and change your curtains, this right here, I remember when those used to be in the 3s and 4s. Well, this is a 2-acre property, no HOA, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square foot home, and it's got about a 40-foot screen porch along the back of it.
Pretty good size house.
Big old house on 2 acres, beautifully done. The guy selling it owns a fence company, so gorgeous wrought iron fence around the property. It's gated.
I bet.
And listed for $640,000. So just a beautiful property, big open floor plan plus a den. Beautiful big bedroom size. It was custom built. When you walk in, this is different from other homes you've seen, but enormous kitchen with like a 20-foot island in the kitchen. Just a great setup for $640,000. I've got those 2 listings, and just if you want to know anything about those, you're trying to find a house. I just talked to somebody, put in about 20 offers, and when I talked about the offers they were putting in, they weren't done right. They weren't fast tracked with Bruce. We got them a house. Call me at 407-352-8118. 352-8118.
And on that property, you look at that property at $640,000, you could still do a conventional loan.
Yeah, because you put down about 10%.
Well, yeah, if you're at $640,000 at 90% loan to value, you're at $576. You got to be at $543 so you could be at about 12% down on a 2-acre $600,000 property.
Yep.
And you could get if you got good credit. And I know you like to ask me about interest rates.
About where they're running. I just haven't heard.
Here's the thing, and here's why I don't talk about interest rates as much as some companies do on the air. First of all, I think that most companies mislead people.
Yep.
I think that and I talk about this a little bit. I think that pre-2010, my industry was just out of control.
Yeah.
I think there were so many people that got in it. The banks were selling bad loans. People didn't really have to qualify to get them. It was bad. It did a lot of bad things.
Yep.
But post 2010, a lot of those lenders just got shut down. They were out of business. They couldn't survive, right? And the mortgage industry straightened up and really behaved themselves.
Yeah.
It's getting to go back to that direction. I'm seeing a lot of bad behavior, and my customers are paying for it because they're getting persuaded to do things that I wouldn't convince them to do.
What I don't like people to do is, if you got a lot of debt and you can refi and your house has gone up $80,000 in value in 2 years, and you can pull it out for them, Bruce, and pull out $50,000 and pay off all their credit cards, and they'll have this. And if they pay the same payment, they'll pay their house off sooner. That's one thing, but the one thing is that one company that did that for them, if they did answer a TV ad or clicked on something on the internet, that same company will call them again 6 months later saying, "Oh, we can do it again."
Yeah, and that's called churning.
Yeah,
and it's illegal to do in the insurance industry. It's illegal for a lender to do that with their own portfolio of business. In other words, if I've got a loan and I'm holding that mortgage for you, I can't churn your loan. I can't churn it unless it makes significant benefit to you. And there is a formula that lenders have to do to be able to determine whether it's the right thing for you to do. And there's a legal formula that we have to do. But what happens is you get an outside company that's soliciting you. They're not churning the loan because they don't have it. They'll convince you to do something with your loan that sounds good when you say it fast. And they might even drop your payment a little bit. They might even lower your interest rate, but it's not always the right thing to do. You've got to have somebody in this industry that you can trust, because I'm seeing a lot of shenanigans going on and I don't like it for my own industry. You can call me at 407-706-3313. You can visit my website at webringyouhome.com. You can listen to me on this station at this time on Sundays at 11 o'clock while you're going to church, coming home from church. You can listen to Cleve and I on, I'm on Sundays. You can listen to us on Saturdays at noon with Cleve and I on the same station. We will promise you, we will always give you factual data. We will not give you fake news. I'm not going to persuade you to call me to do something that's not in your best interest. And I think we have gotten to a place where we're such a point and click society that we are being convinced to do things that we think is the right thing to do. Like, trust me, the people on your Facebook, all those friends, they're not really your friends. You do know that, right? They're not real. Like, I got 40,000 friends. No, you don't. You got 3. You got 3 friends.
They like that video you put up one time of tripping down the stairs or something.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, come on, you guys. Let's be real about what our life is really all about. You can trust a certain amount of people. Most people, we just can't really trust they're going to give us the right information. Put me to the test. Let me apply for the job. I will tell you something. I will promise you one thing. Not me or anyone on my team will ever mislead a client or sell them a product that isn't 100% in their best interest. Or they won't stay with me. And I don't have anybody on my team that would do that to you or for you. Don't get convinced by these slick talking salespeople. I'm just a homeboy. I'm not a Harvard graduate. I'm not a finance graduate. I don't have all these special accolades that are with initials after my name. So, matter of fact, if you want to know the truth, I'm a 10th grade dropout. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade when I lost my mom and dad. Now, I do have a PhD. I do have a public high school diploma, okay? But it's actually not really a public high school diploma. It's an equivalency to a public high school diploma. So if you want somebody that's a Harvard graduate economic expert, I'm not your guy. You want somebody that knows the mortgage business, watches the market day in and day out, knows my industry better than anyone I know, then you can trust that I'm going to take good
Bruce,
care of you.
Here's what you do for people, though. This is why I have loans fall apart. Like when I have my listings, other realtors send in the offers. I can't control their lender. And then we'll get, after a week or two, all of a sudden we're getting bad news like, oh, they can't go FHA. They got to go conventional. We can't do it. I'm like, hang on. Send it to Bruce. You rescue 1 or 2 of those a month for me. And it's really important because what you do is look at the whole problem. Some people just haven't seen it. Or literally, if you do click on the interweb and you try and get a mortgage online, you're probably talking to a clerk that doesn't even own a home, just reading off of a screen. And they say, oh, well, looks like your rate will be 1.75%. And by the time everything is done, you get to closing, the moving truck's in the driveway, and your rate's 5.5%. And you're like, what happened? And there's nobody to explain that to you.
Or they just quit calling you.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing. If I'm going to get a complaint from a client, I'll tell you what the honest complaint is. I tell you the good and the bad, okay? If I get a complaint from a client, it's because I'm asking for a lot of documents up front. And they'll go, hey, I checked with my credit union or my bank, and they didn't ask me for near as much as you did. Like your list is, you're right. You know why? Because I don't have fallout. That's why I close on time. Because would you rather me give you your complete checklist up front? Or would you rather me nickel and dime you and call you 3 days prior to the closing and say, hey, you're going to have to negotiate an extension on your closing because I forgot to ask you for your divorce decree and you're paying or receiving child support or alimony or whatever the reason
Well, that's what's important about that fast track.
Well, fast track is here. And I'm going to tell you something. I save transactions every day on Fast Track. Fast Track is a full loan approval. If you would like to contact me, if you'd like my professional assistance, if you want to work with a great company, you call me at 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Or visit my website at webringyouhome.com. If you'd like to talk to Cleve, you can reach him at 407-352-8118. I want to tell you quickly, because I got a minute and a half to tell you about this. So I got a transaction from a repeat customer that I've worked with that's working with Cleve. Okay? His name's Charles, won't mention last name. Came to me, went to our wealth building class, said, I want to get in the Leapfrog program.
Yep.
Went out with Nanette, your buyer's agent.
Yep.
Negotiated a transaction. Asked for $10,000 in closing costs to be paid on his behalf. The listing agent calls me up and says, you're out of your mind. Do you not know what's going on in this industry during this time frame? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes, and I'm going to tell you the results of how that transaction is transpiring right now. Stay tuned. Do not go away. We'll be back. WeBringYouHome.com or 407-706-3313.